say my sisters are not motivated. I don't know what type of motivation or what you think that my sisters are unmotivated to do as it relates to their finances, trying to bring in some type of money into the household. My sisters try to figure out whatever it is, any and everything, to try to see if they can bring money into the household. That's just a part of their survival. That's always how it's been with sisters, with their survival. They know that in order for themselves or their kids to be taken care of, they got to go out there and make things happen. This new stuff that you're seeing on the internet of talking about, oh, they're looking for, some type of sugar daddy or looking for some cat that's going to fly them around. So that stuff, first of all, a lot of that stuff doesn't even happen for some of the sisters. It only happens to some of the ones that you see, Instagram models and stuff like that. Regular sisters, they ain't got nobody taking care of them from a standpoint of flying them out and buying them bags and buying them clothes and stuff like that. No, my sisters are on grind mode. They are out there working. They're working 2-3 jobs. So I don't know what type of motivation that you're saying that my sisters don't have. They're motivated in their relationships to make things work. They're motivated in their own personal life to make things work. But again, you need to get around sisters and be able to experience what I've experienced and what other people experience, that my sisters are absolutely on grind mode. They are trying to get to a certain point in their life where they can enjoy the beautiful things of life. They can go out there and travel. They can buy things for their family members, for their friends, to do certain things. My sisters are on that stuff. They do vision boards and all other stuff, all that stuff that you see people doing on YouTube talking about that they're trying to accomplish their dreams. My sisters do the same exact thing. Again, now if you want to talk about motivation as far as working, if they're in a working setting, I don't know. I think that applies to different individuals' personalities as far as if they have the motivation to do the job. Now, first of all, like I said in my other videos, first of all, we got to figure out the person that they're working for. If the person that they're working for is trying to demoralize them and try to act like, hey, well, listen, you're just, one of these folks that are at the bottom of the barrel and I could treat you whatever way and be disrespectful or whatever, then with anybody, there's going to be some little bit of a disconnect on being motivated to work. Somebody's spitting in your face. Somebody's kicking stuff to you. You think that that's not going to impact how a person comes and shows up to a job? Absolutely will. And like I said, we already know my sisters are the most marginalized group in this country, in this world. And you know that what happens with those particular groups, folks are going to try to take advantage. They're going to just feed them scraps. They're just going to expect them to do whatever types of stuff, like they're, slave is back in slavery or something like that. They're going to do those types of things. So there may be a lack of motivation there. Yeah, that may be the case. But for the most part, when my sisters are in work settings, again, you're going to have some who are not going to necessarily be as or not even as motivated, have the work ethic, because either they weren't taught it or either they're just being ignorant. But then you're going to have my sisters who actually work and they bust their butt. And the problem is that a lot of them are overlooked with busting their butt. They work hard. They do the things that they're supposed to do. They go above and beyond. As we know, you have to work 2 times, 3 times, 4 times as hard as the next person in order to be seen for that opportunity, in order for that raise or whatever. And what happens is they get overlooked a lot of times. So you also may see where maybe there's lack of motivation there, because they're like, hey man, I poured my heart out into this job and these folks totally overlooking me, don't want to give me an opportunity, want to give the next person an opportunity. That happens. But best believe, again, you have to be around my sisters. My sisters work. They work hard. That's why sometimes you may see them where they're wearing certain things, where they're, wearing bonnets on their head and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of, necessarily my sisters coming out in public with the bonnets and stuff like that when you don't have to. But I understand for my sisters that maybe they're just tired. They came off of a third shift. They came off of working 12 hours. I understand. That type of stuff, yeah, I understand. But just to be just out there just being, willy-nilly and stuff like that, we know that my sisters can do better than that. But I'm not knocking my sisters who generally, they may look a certain way because they worked crazy hard. They put in a lot of time. They're dead tired. They got to take care of their kids on top of it. Dead tired. My sisters work. They're motivated. They're not trying to be in the position that they are either currently in. They're not trying to be that way. They got big dreams. They're trying to get to certain levels. You just don't know them. You're watching some of the nonsense that you see on social media. As I say, as always, that is the perception, the image of all. Is whatever you see on social media, you think that that's what it is. You think that all my sisters are unmotivated. You believe that. And I'm here to tell you that. Go out there and go around some of my sisters. They're cooking, they're cleaning, they're working mad jobs, they're taking care of their kids, they're taking care of family members. They got family members, moms, aunts, that may be disabled. They're having to take care of that. They're having to go shopping for them. They're having to do a whole bunch of different things to take care of their family members. Friends, they're holding up friends, taking care of birthday parties, maybe watching their kids. Man, you can't tell me nothing about my sisters are not motivated. You can't tell me that. My sisters run. They work super hard. Their backs are super strong. And I commend them for that. And for the men who are not there to be able to help out and they got to do that extra work on top of that, I commend my sisters for that. They don't get enough credit for that stuff. They may have the stresses on their face. They may have the high blood pressure, different other types of diseases because they were working hard, arthritis and stuff. Man, please, come on, man. I can go on for days about sisters that have different afflictions from the work that they did. They ain't unmotivated. They're absolutely working. They just got to work that much harder to do things because they don't get the opportunities. You give these mediocre folks, these other people, the opportunities. And then when you give my sister an opportunity, then you want to sit up here and pull out this dumb nonsense about DEI because they don't have an opportunity to fail upwards. When all these other races get a chance to fail upwards all day long. All of these different failures in the society is not because of my sisters, because they weren't the ones in the opportunities. But you don't want to give them the opportunity because you want to be able to make sure that you keep that position and keep it where that hierarchy is still the way it is in this whole world. That's what you're trying to do. You don't want to give it to my sisters because you know what? You'll be pleasantly surprised, or you may be disappointed at the fact that, all of a sudden they may take over. That's really the real truth. They may take over. There's a lot of stuff that sisters have done in the past, inventions and all types of things that they contributed to this country. And it's been swept underneath the rug. The only time you see it is when it comes out with a movie, or you go to an or some type of museum and they talk about it. Well, there's a lot of stuff that my sisters have done and continue to do. But those things will change. I'm going to catch you on the next note. Peace out.